Hello and a very warm welcome to another of my video podcasts. This one is on memory because that's something that really troubles us as we get older. But are we right to let it trouble us? Well, let's explore that. Um, I've got a very close friend whose husband died about 6 weeks ago, and we were on the phone the other day, and she said, I feel I've not only lost him, but I'm losing my memory. And I felt very sorry for her because I do remember that period just post the death where you're all over the place really, and you're trying your best, but everything seems quite alien and you're confused by all the emotions going on. And then on top of that, if you feel that your brain isn't working very adequately, you can get really distressed about it. I shouldn't laugh, but I mean, it's just a phase, but it feels like something so much more significant. So I try to go through that with her and point out that she's carrying so much extra stuff in her brain at the moment and dealing with the sadness of losing somebody after such a long time, and that probably it was going to be fine. It was just that it was worrying for the moment. But we do worry about our memory. But the interesting thing is, I once spoke to a memory expert and he said we forget things through life. We genuinely do. When we're young, we forget to give the letter to our parents from the school. We forget to tell them that it's gym kit day the next day. We forget all sorts of things. Students at university frequently turn up in the wrong room on the wrong day. That's quite common. It's just when you're young, you don't get upset about it. And he said a lot of the trouble as people get older is they are making things worse by getting upset. So let's look at some things that you can do with commonplace difficulties that might just make life easier for you. The first thing is that really you have to notice something for it to implant itself in your brain. And if you don't do that, then you can't retrieve it. I mean, you can't retrieve what you never put in there properly if you just try and think of it that way. So you lose your keys. I do, or did, on a regular basis. What are you going to do about that? You can simplify the situation. What you can do, actually, is to just allocate the maximum of 3 places where those keys are allowed to be put. Perhaps by the side of your bed at night, in the front door during the day, and maybe in your handbag at other times. So it should theoretically they should only be in one of those 3 places. I'm not saying you won't ever leave them on the worktop. You will, I do, but it does narrow it down, and gradually, by constant repetition in the brain, oh, no, they're not going there, they must go there, you will get that right and you will make life easier for yourself. So maybe with the items that you lose most frequently, most of us, it's spectacles, wallet and keys. Just try that little trick and see if you can train your brain to fine it down a little bit so that there are far less options to go through when you think, where the hell did I put those? The other thing is to listen properly. So you take things in. If you meet a whole bunch of people at a party, they go, hello, I'm Tim, I'm Sharon, and you go, hi. Half an hour later, you won't have any recall of what those names were, unless they're the same name as yours or that of your child or something of that nature. Now, I think we sometimes laugh at our American cousins because they go, hi, Christine. Now, how are you, Christine? And may I get you a drink, Christine? And when am I going to see you again, Christine? No, that never happens. But, they just keep repeating your name. I don't think that's quite in our nature, but what you can do is make the name significant. So, hi, my name's Sharon. Oh, hi, Sharon. Oh, do you know, I had a very close friend when I worked at so-and-so, and her name was Sharon, and she was so-and-so and so-and-so. And that way you get the name associated with something else, and you put it in your brain. Or you might say, oh, Sharon's such a good name because you can't really shorten it. Oh, you can shorten it. All right, well, but you have a conversation about Sharon and therefore it's going to lodge in the grey matter. And if we do that with all sorts of things, it can really help us. For example, when we perhaps don't remember, oh, did I turn the oven off? Did I lock the car? when you're doing these things, either say to yourself, I'm turning the oven off now because I'm going out, or I'm locking the key, I'm watching myself lock the key, or probably clip the key nowadays. I'm watching myself do it. I've got a friend actually who takes a photo with her mobile phone when she leaves the house of the door shut, and she rattles the handle and can see, well, there's a little video I suppose she takes, that she has done it. So you probably don't need to do that. You just need to make sure that it really goes in. And if you do that and just consciously, things that really need to be in there that you can then recall at a later time, some vital piece of information or something, think of a way that it's going to lodge in your brain. You know, I had a friend who got a triple neck, you know, sort of double barrel neck. I couldn't get them in the right order, but I had to find a kind of mnemonic for the two bits of the name so that I got them in the right order. There are all sorts of things you can do. It's just, if you give it some thought while you're trying to put this information in your brain, you're going to find it a lot easier to retrieve it when you have to. I hope this is helpful. See you soon. Bye.